JB, going back to the last win, one thing that stood out just about the roster is that it was all guys who either signed last season or within the past 6 months, this past offseason. You guys have talked about the camaraderie and how you guys have gelled. When you have guys who have come in a bit more recently, getting together and being able to play like that, what do you credit that to as far as just the approach this coaching staff has had?
I mean, it's just an openness. You know what I mean? Like, we don't hold anything back when guys come in. Our players don't hold anything back. You know, we embrace guys with open arms from day one, whether it's a signing, a draft pick, a trade. You know, we welcome people here and we make people feel comfortable. And I think when you feel comfortable, you can go out and perform without doubt and without hesitation. And I think our coaching staff and our players do a great job of that.
JB, since Stu's been out, you had big defensive performances from JD and from Paul Reed, and you kind of talked about how important their communication was on the defensive end of the floor. Can you just talk about how you've seen those two grow and take on that responsibility, taking on those kinds of performances?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. Our defense is built entirely on, you know, the five as the protector and being the anchor. And it's difficult to do if you don't communicate. And it's difficult to do if you don't anticipate well. And I think that's what you've seen out of P. Reed and JD is like their growth as communicators, but anticipating as well. And I think some of those things, you know, you saw just from this season, like JD got better by staying out of foul trouble because he was earlier in his help and was anticipating more things. So I think that's also part of his growth, and we've seen it from you know, from last year to this year as well.
And then we saw Jaden Ivey at shoot around this morning doing a little more work. I'm just wondering, can you tell us where he's progressing and how he's feeling?
He's progressing well. He's feeling good. You know, he is able to do some on-court stuff now, so he's taking steps in the right direction, and you know, he's excited. Obviously, he wants to get out there with his teammates, so his spirits are good, and he's progressing and working really hard.
JB, before you guys played the season opener, I know you talked about one of the strengths of this team being the depth and the bench. I know that you never expected probably those guys to get called into service this early in the season with the injuries you've seen, but how helpful is that for them to get some really pressure, important minutes this time of year to just find out, A, what you have in them, and also to get them kind of get their feet wet?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience for them all. You know, to get on the floor, especially like you're saying, they're relatively new guys also. So for them to get on the court, play with their teammates, execute the system against, you know, live opponents is always good for them. They build a trust and a confidence with themselves and with the rest of their teammates so that throughout the season, and we know it, at some point in time through the 82, everybody's going to get an opportunity at it. It just is helpful when you have that experience, you know, early that you can lean on late.
Hey, Coach, can you just speak on where Tobias Harris is as of right now with his ongoing progression?
Same thing. You know, he's getting better. Every day he's getting better. And we're getting closer and closer, we hope.
Coach, can you tell us who's in, who's not in? Do you have any clue of anything?
I don't have a clue, period. So I'm just used to that.
If guys don't go tonight, the guys who are this questionable, would Monday be a more realistic goal, or is everything sort of day-to-day with all the guys?
Yeah, we're hopeful. You know, it's just the 2 days off obviously will be great for everybody. But again, it's just a matter of how guys respond to things. You know what I mean? Like, we do more and more each day, and then you have to evaluate the next day how they responded to it. So we're just waiting on that so we can take the steps to get them back in the game.
Just a quick question about the other night. It really looked like Cade was completely engaged, even though he wasn't in the game. Just the fact that the team is still thick and connected, even when guys aren't on the court per se, that they're helping and contributing. How important is that, and what kind of leader does that show you Cade is?
Yeah, I mean, it's the foundation of everything that we do. You know, how, you know, we treat one another, how we care about one another, how we root for one another. It's a genuine thing with our guys. And that's what makes it so important. Whether our guys are playing or not, they want to see their teammates succeed. You know, they don't fight back or hold anything back because they're not out there or it's not about them. And Cade is the head of that. He genuinely wants to see everybody around him be successful. He wants to push people to compete at a high level. And that's what he does, not just at night when you guys see him, but at practice when no one's around, there's no cameras, there's no lights. Like, he's still doing the exact same things. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Coach.